So allow me a moment to introduce myself and to reintroduce myself for the people who already know me. My name is Centrisa. My handles are I am Centrisa on all social media platforms. I am the founder, the stylist, the owner, the creator of Metamorphosis, located right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I specialize in natural hair textures, loose, natural, gorgeous curls, cuts, colors, twists, blowouts, whatever you can think of with your natural hair without adding extensions to it. 9 times out of 10, I got you. I also deal with locks. And locks are a newer service added to the menu. And in 2025, I do have some additional services that are going to be coming to Metamorphosis to assist you on your healthy hair journey. And what I like to do is that I like to take a healthy approach to hair. I have been licensed for 22 years, and I have family members who are in the beauty industry. I actually started doing hair because of my auntie. She became a cosmetologist when I was 3 years old. So that's all I've ever really known her to do. And I was completely fascinated and enamored by it. And she was a healthy hairstylist, now that I'm thinking about it. So I've always been under the guise and the impression that the health of the hair comes first. And that is what I stand on today, wait a minute, it's 2024. 23 years later. Yeah. And the game has changed somewhat over the years, but I have decided to, hop on the social media channels and waves to share the information that I know about hair health and the things that I am learning about wellness and self-care and how it ties into your hair health. To help you along your journey. I've come across a lot of people who want to wear their natural hair. They love their wigs, they love their extensions, but they sometimes want to let their hair breathe and feel just as fabulous without the extensions. And I'm here to help you do that. And I love nothing more than to help you do that. I love to see the confidence that comes from my clients, from how they were feeling when they first came into the salon versus how they feel when they're going out of the door and they have their fresh new look. You can just tell, us as people in general, because I can't really just say women, because guys, when they go to the barbershop, they do the same thing. When you get a fresh cut, you get a fresh style, you get a fresh color, you just feel like you're on top of the world for a little bit. You got to go outside and let people see you. You know what I mean? And for me, it has always been a measure of letting the inside shine just as bright as the outside. Yeah, like really think about that. My slogan at Metamorphosis is more than hair, it's a lifestyle. And I fully stand on that. In the beginning, I had it as, I believe it was Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful. And both are a unique approach, but I like more than hair as a lifestyle because, I am not the average hairstylist. My salon experience is different. I take the one-on-one approach with my clients. You rarely see me double booking. And if I have people in there together, it's a little bit of an overlap and they're usually excited to see each other and they get to chit chat and things like that. But I do offer my clients my undivided attention. I'd say 96% of the time. I again look at the whole spectrum and the whole scope. I ask you in a thorough consultation about your diet, if you have any illnesses, if you have any medications that you're on that could cause issues with your hair and your scalp. Do you work out? Have you been pregnant? Did you just have a baby? Postpartum is a real thing for ladies. After you have your beautiful bundle of joy, a couple months later, it could affect your hair. And those are things that I need to know because I've learned over the years that people tend to come to their hairstylist first when they're looking for questions if their hair is having some sort of malfunction or their scalp. And then you go look for a dermatologist, or then you go look for a trichologist if they know what a trichologist is. And I'll swing back to that later. But, the hairstylist is usually the first line of defense. You tend to trust us. At least back then, there's a little bit of a a divide nowadays, depending on the approach you take to the hair industry. But I thoroughly enjoy, the experience that I create for my clients, and they enjoy it too. And I appreciate each and every one of them for seeing the value in me and choosing me for their healthy hair journey. Now, I am done with my spiel about the salon and what I offer a little bit. There's other things I could say, but I can swing back to that later because I am really on here to talk to you guys about the information that I was supposed to share with you over the weekend about creating a checklist and a checkpoint and things to look for and prepare for planning your holiday hair. And there are things that your hairstylist just wishes that you knew prior to the salon experience, when you come in for your salon experience, and after. So I have a couple points I want to cover for you guys. I hope you enjoy them. They're going to be really quick. I'm going to try to make them as quick as possible. So we're going to talk about pre-holiday treatments and trims real quick. Now, this goes into your healthy hair regimen, your hair routine. This takes consistency and planning. Sometimes it takes a little bit more effort than what some may want to do because we're so strapped for time in this country, and as women and sometimes as men, that, sometimes, I'm going to emphasize again, sometimes your hair is the last thing you want to deal with. I've heard that countless times from friends, from clients who are mothers, from clients and friends and family members who are in college, who are trying to build their dream life. The last thing they want to deal with is their hair, and they don't have time to think about it. And the other thing is that, sometimes just from lack of knowledge or, the desire to do, we don't understand the importance of treating our hair. Now, on a live stream last week, I don't remember if this was on Monday or Wednesday last week, but I gave the analogy that I tend to use all the time. Now, my father is a backyard mechanic, and he has a lot of friends and family members who are also either mechanics or backyard mechanics. So I grew up around a lot of guys working on cars, coming by my parents' house, outside, having a good old time, talking, cracking jokes, racing cars, doing whatever. One thing I've learned from my dad working on cars for our family, my extended family, my cousins and all of that, is that if you do not keep the oil changed in that car regularly, you're going to tear the engine up. Not only are you going to tear the engine up, if you ride around in that car with no oil and no gas, you are going to blow the engine up. Now let's equate that to your hair health. With the treatment and the trim, if you do not do these two things consistently, your retention is going to go down. Your hair is going to start to dry and split. You're going to start to get fairy knots if you're a person that wears like your loose natural curls. It's going to tangle more. You're going to have more shedding because it is breaking up and up the shaft because you're not doing routine maintenance. So you need to have a solid routine that is catered to what you need, not what everybody else needs for their hair and their scalp, not for everybody who has 3B hair or 4C hair, what you need. You have this, you could be standing beside somebody with 4C hair and you have 4C hair and you guys have different density. You guys have different porosity. Again, I'm not going to go into like super detail about that because I don't want to keep this make this a crazy long video, but there's not like a one size fit all. This is a size that fit most, but the treatments are important. Keeping your ends trimmed. I've heard some people say every 4 to 6 weeks. I tell my clients every 8 to 12 weeks. So I give you like every 2 months. By the time that third month come around, you need to be back in the salon getting your ends clipped because we're getting ready to run into some issues. So routine treatments, routine trims, which I like to call split end removal cuts, will lay the perfect foundation In addition to, your nighttime care, your daytime care, shampooing regularly, all of that will lay the perfect foundation for your holiday hair. Especially, it really doesn't matter how you're going to wear it, but if you're a blowout girl and you want it to be super silky, like my hair right now, today is December 9th. One of my cousins' birthday is today. Happy birthday to him. But I shampooed and treated my hair right before Thanksgiving. So we're pretty much at 2 weeks at this point. Because I can't remember if I did it on Monday or Tuesday. I feel like I did it on Tuesday. I can't really recall. But my hair still has shine. It still has health because I stay on top of the treatments and the trims. And I literally just had a couple inches cut off my hair right before Thanksgiving. So that's just a thing you want to keep in mind. Keeping the groundwork for that helps you to look and feel your best when you're going to these corporate holiday events, your family holiday events, your friends' holiday events, just going out Christmas shopping, whatever it is. And I'm pretty much saying that particular bit in every video that I've done so far, or live stream, about holiday hair prepping and holiday hair in general. So I really, really, really want you guys to keep that in mind. If you don't know what type of treatment that you need, you can speak with a stylist in your area. You can set up a virtual consultation with me to have a Q&A, and we can get to the root cause of that, of whatever your issue may or may not be, and I can direct you in the path of what you need for your hair. Now, for me personally, at the metsalon.com, I do have 2 conditioners that are currently listed on the website. The first one is Naked by Reservations Honey and Almond Moisture Whip Conditioner. That is a conditioner that you can put on your hair and let sit for 3 to 5 minutes, and then rinse with lukewarm water to cool water. Use leave-in conditioner, detangle, dry, and style. Or proceed with your style if you're going to style wet. Now, if you want to use that as a treatment, you can sit under the dryer, a hooded dryer. Please do not walk around with a plastic cap on your head. That's not going to do anything, especially if you have thick hair or long hair. Really just any hair. Unless you just have like 2 inches of hair, you're not going to be able to walk around with a plastic cap on and the conditioner and just be able to get the benefits of the conditioner. You're going to need that heat coming from the top to open up the strand, to put the nutrients in that it needs and to seal it all in there. So you want to do that. Again, 3 to 5 minutes with a plastic cap, rinse, or you're going to sit under a hooded dryer for anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes and then do the same thing, rinse, leave-in conditioner, detangle, style. Now, the other conditioner I have is by Straight Request. Straight Request is pretty dope for this. They have a conditioner called Power K60. It literally softens the hair down in 60 seconds. Like, kid you not. It blew my mind the first time I tried it. I love it. I love it. Now, I have a treatment that I do on some of my clients, and, a few treatments that I do on some of my clients. I have an amino acid treatment that I do in the salon, but that's not for retail. But, for a deep conditioning or a quick conditioning, let's say you're a guy. I tend to recommend this product to a guy or to like moms, because I think that was the last 2 that I had a discussion with. You're a busy mom. You don't have time to sit under a hooded dryer, Power K60 is for you. You're a busy mom and you're trying to get your kids' hair done, and you got more than one girl that you gotta get styled up, and one of them is not really a fan of getting their hair done. Power K60 is for you. You don't really have time to be dealing with 3 to 5 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes. Now, for my guys, some of y'all, a lot of y'all don't really do hair like that, or hair maintenance like that. And some of you are kind of, you're manly men, you outside doing stuff, you're getting dusty, you're doing whatever. I have known men to put lotion in their hair. I have known men to not wash their hair. I have known men to use body wash on their hair. So, yeah, Power K60 is great for you guys. So you can shampoo your hair, and I will talk about shampoo later. Use that conditioner on your hair. 60 seconds, that's 1 minute, and then rinse it, continue with your shower, dry off, and keep moving. That is perfect. You're not really like adding anything extra, and you only have to do that for the guys. I recommend, once a week. So yeah, trims, treatments are big foundational things to set up the health of your hair just in general, but especially during the holiday time, because we're taking a lot of photos during the holiday season. And those are going to be memories that go with us forever. And you want to make sure that you look the way that you feel. You know what I'm saying? Y'all feel what I'm trying to say. Y'all do. Y'all got me. So we're going to go on to the next point. Up next, we're going to be talking about choosing the right tools for your hair in whatever style you have selected, holiday season or otherwise, and how to avoid product buildup. Because some people are heavy-handed, some people are product junkies. And I'm not knocking either. You just have to know how to use what you have to make it work for your advantage. I'm sorry, y'all. My phone is making noises. Let's turn that off. So, if you are a person that wears a silk press like myself, you're straight natural, you want to make sure that you have a heat protectant to protect your hair when you are going through the silk press process or a blowout process. It doesn't really matter what you call it. You want to make sure that you have a serum to moisturize your scalp lightly. You want to make sure that you have a humidity blocker. You want to make sure, because the humidity blocker is going to help fight frizz. And if you are a person who lives in the South, it doesn't matter if the temperatures are getting cooler, we still deal with humidity. Most of us, especially in North Carolina, we're going to have humidity in the air until about February. We probably have like maybe a month or two with humidity being like super low. The cooler months you're less likely to sweat. So, your blowout will hold a little bit longer, but you want to keep that in mind. Heat protectant, that's a silicone-based serum. I tend to like Paul Mitchell Super Skinny. Naked by Reservations has a serum called Satin Glaze that is really good. I believe Design Essentials has one. I can't recall the name of it. Care has a serum that is really good as well. That is really good for your blowout. You want to have a scarf or a satin pillowcase. Satin pillowcase. Because sleeping on cotton will pull the moisture out of your hair. And that's okay to do every now and then, but you don't want to do that on a consistent basis. And then if you're a person that sweats a lot, you might want to kind of be a little bit careful with the satin pillowcase, but that cotton's not going to really be your friend either. So you would want to like either sleep with a fan on, like a lot of us do, to avoid sweating, or turn the temperature down. A scarf for you to keep your hair flat. If you're a person that wears curls, you need a bonnet. Again, I've learned that, people don't know when to use a bonnet. They don't know when to use a scarf. They don't know when to use the satin pillowcase. So that's going to be another video for another day. Humidity blocker, if you're a person that's going to wear curls, you're going to need like a holding spray, a light hold spray. If you're going to pin it up and you don't want it to move, you need a firm hold spray. I tend to use Joico sprays for things like that. You can find that in Ulta. I can also link that in the video. I think I'm going to link all these products in the video at the bottom. It's not the comments section, in the status. So it makes it easier for you guys to find it. You don't want to overuse these things. You want to use a good edge control to lay down your edges or do your baby hairs. Same thing when it comes to like 2-strand twists. You want to have a good twist cream. You want to have a good edge control. You want to have a serum for your scalp. You want to have a shine spray or an oil sheen that is going to be beneficial for you. For locks, you want to have a good lock twist cream, retwisting cream, gel or wax. I prefer to use gel, actually. Clips, hairpins, things like that. Overuse of these things can lead to product buildup on your hair. Your hair won't look fresh and sleek. You'll be able to see the products in the hair. It's going to clog up the pores in your scalp. That could lead to irritation. That could lead to infection. That can lead to hair fall, We don't want to lose hair. We want to keep hair strong. And, like spritzes and things, if you play with that too much, the alcohol, and it's going to dry your hair out and it's going to break. And we want to make sure, going back to the first point, we want to keep it treated. We want to keep it soft. We want to keep it trim. We want to keep it healthy. We want to keep it strong. Now, the way to reduce product buildup on your hair is to stay consistent with your wash days. You want to use a clarifying shampoo to remove the product, the excess sweat if you're going to the gym between, life and your holiday activities, or just all the things that have encountered your hair and your scalp since your last wash day. You want to get rid of that. So a clarifying shampoo would be ideal. Now, if you're a person that deals with dryness, you will want to get a hydrating shampoo. Hydrating shampoo is going to add all the hydration that you need, and then you're going to follow up with a moisturizing shampoo to seal it all in there and to add some shine to your hair, and then go in with the treatment or the deep conditioning or the regular conditioning. But the main thing is that, product buildup will take away from your polished look. Just like not keeping your ends trimmed will take away from your polished look, and you don't really want to deal with that. So this all kind of goes back to a solid routine and finding what works for you. And, it is beneficial for you to not have massive amounts of buildup on your hair before you come in for your salon appointments, especially if you're on a time crunch, you have to get in and out, because then it's going to take a little bit more time to work through that. And you may or may not make your next event or your next appointment or your next meeting in a timely fashion. So that is very beneficial, which brings me to the next point. And I believe this is the last point. Things that you want to consider when you are booking your salon appointment during the holiday season. 1, please do not wait until the last minute. Waiting until the last minute, you may or may not have an appointment. I have known people many moons back, many years ago, when I first started having my clients book online, because I do book all my appointments online. It is convenient. My clients can book at their leisure whenever they want to book. I've had people book appointments at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm asleep, and that is perfect, because I want to give them, I want to give them the freedom to be able to do that and not wait for me to have the time to respond back. So that is why online booking gets set up the way that it is. But, I knew people who would sit and just look at it the time that they wanted, and they wouldn't book it, and then it would disappear, and then they would call me and say, hey, I really wanted to come in on this day and this time, and I was just watching it for like 2 or 3 days, and then it disappeared. Is it really gone? Yeah, it is. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait until the last minute to try to get in, because then it's going to add stress on you, because then it's going to turn into, what am I going to do? I really needed to get in for this event or for the holiday. And then you're going to be calling your stylist like, oh my God, what am I going to do? You sure you don't have nothing? You sure you can't squeeze me in? And they may or may not be able to do that. So it's better to just go ahead and book it in advance to take the stress away from everybody. Now, for me personally, I request that, for you guys to think about your attire when you come into the salon. Wearing hoodies or really big bulky sweaters is not going to be super comfortable for you when I'm going into shampoo and trying to style your hair, because the hoodie is like up here, and I have to drape you with the cape and put the towel on. If you have that, make sure that you're wearing a shirt underneath, so that when we go in to start your service, you can take that off, because I want you to be comfortable. I want to be able to maneuver the way that I need to maneuver to give you the style that you want, so that way you can get in and out of the salon in a timely fashion. Another thing to consider is that it is the holiday season. A lot of salons and a lot of solo hairstylists are going to be very busy. Please do not book an appointment and not take that into consideration. because you may not get out in the timely fashion that you're usually getting out at, because we're so busy trying to get everybody styled for Christmas or New Year's or Thanksgiving or the corporate party or the fancy black tie event or the holiday concert or the girls' Christmas exchange or the friends' Christmas exchange, or whatever it is you're doing. Just make sure that you block off enough time, please, so that you're not feeling rushed for your style, because I want you to feel relaxed. I think most stylists want you to come in and have a good time, feel good about yourself. I'm not a person that's going to try to keep you all day. Like I said, I don't really do double booking. I book my clients in 2-hour blocks. So you have 2 hours with me before I move on to the next person. And, sometimes things happen. I cannot always guarantee that, things happen. People come in late. Accidents happen and things kind of have a domino effect. And for me, there is a policy in place that I uphold to myself if I'm the person that's behind. But that's, again, another video for another day. Just during the holiday season, make sure, and I mean in general, but especially during the holidays, make sure that you are not booking an appointment at 9 and you have to be out at 10. Or you're booking it at 1 and you got to be out at 4, but you need to be somewhere at 4, but it's 45 minutes away. So that means you really got to be done at 2 o'clock, 2:15. You're not accounting for traffic and all of those things. You really want to think about that. So I'm kind of done on that point. The other thing is that you want to make sure that if you're getting color, that you're not going to be wearing anything of real value. Like if you just got this crisp cream shirt or some white sneakers or a white shirt, don't wear that when you're getting color. Wear something that you've had for a while and you don't mind if it accidentally gets something on it. Not to say that we intentionally mess stuff up, but you never know, things tend to happen. I have gotten orange color all over my shell toe Adidas. I can't wear them anymore. And I didn't see it until I was getting ready to leave the salon. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. But I'm the stylist and that's my business. So I knew that I was supposed to be wearing black sneakers. Not to say that the black would have fared any better, but it shows up so much more on white. So all that to say is that when you are going to get these styles and you're going to get color, don't wear anything super expensive, something brand new, something that you really care about, just in case something gets on it. If you have somewhere to go right after in a timely fashion, bring it so you can change. Because then you'll look super crisp, super clean. Everybody be like, oh my God, look at you. Oh, I see you. I see you. I see you. Where you think you going? You know how we get. So you want to keep that in mind. Like, please keep that in mind. I feel like this is getting lower and lower and lower. So the other point that I want you guys to consider, and this is for me, is I ask my clients to please come with their hair detangled. Like, seriously, I'm not a stylist that is going to ask you to come in with your hair already clean. The only time I ask you to come in with your hair clean already is when we are doing a color service, because it cuts down on the time. You're going to get a shampoo when you're there anyway, because it's color and I have to get that off of your hair and your scalp. But that detangle, I've had some people come in and it has taken me an hour or more to detangle their hair. And keep in mind, I book in 2-hour blocks. So now you're still in the salon when the next person comes in. There's an extra upcharge for that, because a solid detangle should take anywhere from 5 to maybe like 15 minutes at best if it's on the rough side. So you want to make sure that your hair is already detangled, even if you haven't cleaned it. And if you come in and tell me that you've already cleaned it, I'm 9 times out of 10 going to shampoo it again. More than likely, I'm going to shampoo it again because I need to make sure that the slate is clean and I have a clean canvas to verify my work that I'm going to be doing on you versus the products that you may or may not have used at home. But yeah, the detangle is a big one for me. So make sure that, you come in with your hair already detangled as best as possible. I can tell if you've tried. I can tell if you've not tried. I've been doing this a really long time, so I kind of notice those things. And I appreciate the effort for you guys who do try. I do. But making sure that it is that you have at least worked through it and cut down on, the detangle process, taking an hour. And, we're trying to be careful and not rip through somebody's hair. That's a process. And then, it creates the domino effect. And then you have somewhere to be, which again, we're now going into not being timely. And that just creates, the potential for lateness on everybody else's part. Everybody has plans. I try to respect other people's time, just like I want you guys to respect my time. And we really don't want, that to be a thing. So it comes back to timeliness. The last thing I'm going to say about holiday hair planning and things that your stylist want you to know, we don't want you to hide your hair history. If you have color in your hair and we ask you, have you had color in your hair during your consultation or during your appointment, and you say no, well, you know that you do. And then we go in to try to change your color or give you a fresh color, thinking that we have a clean slate, and we run into an issue, then we're going to have a longer appointment than anticipated. It's going to cause potential frustration on your end as a client. The stylist is going to be sweating bullets trying to figure out what's going on, especially when it comes to like corrective color services or, I tell a lot of people, don't put jet black in your hair. If you're going to put jet black in your hair, please be sure that you're not going to want like fire engine red or a platinum blonde or any shade of blonde later, because it's going to be very difficult to get that out. And it is going to be a color correction, and those can be very costly. You don't want to hide that from your stylist. If you have an allergy, the Naked by Reservations line has honey and almond in it. If you're allergic to almonds or you're allergic to nuts, we need to know that. You're allergic to sulfates, we need to know that. So we don't use a sulfate shampoo. A shampoo on you that has sulfates in it is going to cause irritation. If you're a person who, I don't know. I mean, I could come up with a million examples. Excuse me. I remember back when I was in hair school, this lady came in for a relaxer, told us that she didn't have any color in her hair, or she wasn't on a specific medication or whatever. This was a long time ago. I went to hair school in 2000. So we proceed in with the style, and she wasn't my client. Another student was the one that was doing a relaxer, and I remember her hair kind of turned green. Her hair was red. I was like, yo, this don't look right. And, we got help. The lady's hair came out. It's a school, so she signed a waiver. Her daughter was upset, but she didn't disclose her full hair history on the form. Because if she would have done that, she wouldn't have gotten the service. Do not hide your hair history to try to get the look that you want, and then it works against you. Yeah, that's important. That is really important. So those are I don't think I have anything else. Those are the things that your hairstylist wants you to know or wishes that you knew during the holiday season, or just in general, There's other things that we can kind of dive into. But like I said, there's really no point in making this like super, 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 super long. We can break this up into a series. I could honestly do a whole series about things your hairstylist wishes you knew, or the hairstylist perspective from our side of the fence. Because I do think that there's sometimes is a gap between client and stylist, and sometimes we don't understand each other, and sometimes we just never will understand each other, and that is okay. However, if you keep these tips and tricks in mind during this holiday season, anyway, guys, if you keep these tips and tricks in mind, you will have a flawless holiday season. You will end up with the most radiant, fabulous hair. Shampoos. Naked by Stations Honey and Almond Moisture Whip shampoo is a really good clarifying shampoo. Black Carbon 500 by Straight Request is really good for removing impurities and builds up from the scalp. You can let it sit on the hair for up to 5 minutes. It's infused with black carbon, lemongrass, tea tree, peppermint, helps heal the scalp, tingles, does all the good things. I have used it to get massive amounts of spritz and gel off people's hair. It is a game changer. I love it. And the other shampoo would be Naked by Stations Moisture Repair shampoo that helps to seal in all of the moisture and goodness that is in the hair, and it adds a very nice shine, and it also aids in detangling the hair. All of those are listed on themetsalon.com for purchase, and I am going to add all of those things in the description below. I said the wrong thing earlier, but in the description below. And since this is a live turned vlog, and my apologies for that, we're just going to leave the descriptions for the products for you guys to purchase. And if you need hair tools, I have an Amazon shop where you can go get your hair clips, you can get your comb, you can get a blow dryer, you can get a hooded dryer, you can get a flat iron, you can get all the things that I think are beneficial for you to take care of your hair at home. Perm rods, hair rollers, brushes, moisture wicking bands for the gym, almost anything you could think of to help your hair at the house. Plastic caps. Yeah. Again, I will link that below, but if you're going to look for me, it's amazon.com/shop/I am Centrisa. Again, all my handles are I am Centrisa. You can book a virtual consultation with me to help you set up a hair regimen or routine, whatever you want to call it. You can shop for salon grade products on the website. I do have ebooks, a holiday hair planner, a holiday hair checklist listed on the website, and so many other great goodies. Now, I am going to work on this situation with going live on YouTube. I'm going to do my best to get that together, because I have tried a few times to go live and I could not get it to work. Like, I tried a few times last year, and I believe in 2022 as well. And I just could not. I sat there for 10 minutes and I could not get that thing to turn on, and it was crazy to me. So we're going to work on it. So we're going to try to come back on this Friday. And I believe this Friday we're going to be talking about how I create hair routines, which is beneficial because of what I just told you guys about. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope to continue to grow with you on this platform. You can catch me on Instagram. You can catch me on TikTok. You can catch me on Facebook. You can book the salon experience if you want to have the in-person Metamorphosis experience at themetsalon.com. Yeah, I think I'm done. I will talk to you guys later. Happy holidays. And be easy. Serum is going to help with length retention, especially if the hair is longer, like my hair. I would highly recommend using the Revitalizing Hair Serum that is handmade by yours truly right here at Metamorphosis, because it does help to retain the length of your hair. It helps to strengthen the hair. It softens the hair up, and it helps with your scalp health, helps to promote hair growth, and it also helps to thicken up the hair. So, I think it's a big win. It's a lightweight product. I've noticed amazing results on my own hair. I've noticed results on my clients' hair. Even my brother recently told me that his girlfriend's been swiping his bottle and he's noticed that her hair has gotten thicker and she already has thick hair. So, you want to keep that in mind.